everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Juicy. Sorry, I didn't think the camera was working then. Honestly, I'm having such difficulty with this at the moment. Anyway, I've come on to do, it's actually week 19 of Roxy's weekly creations. So Rach from Roxy's Creations has got a series, a weekly series, and we're on week 19. Week 19 is a trifold pocket variation to week 16, and so week 16 is a trifold pocket, trifold with pockets, tucks, and an envelope in it. So the variation on the week 16 is that she's putting in a little kind of pages, I suppose you could call it, not really a notebook. So it's hashtag Roxy's Weekly Challenge 2023 if you want to find it on her channel. And so it started off being a trifold pocket with a difference, she called it, and it's to keep ephemera in, and it's a great item to send out as a rack, really, if you like doing those. So I don't remember what I did with the pieces I made in week 15, so I've just quickly made one. Week 16 rather. So week 16 was this. Now I've just tied that baker's twine round here like so, and let's take it out just to keep it out of the way, and I hope I don't knock the cable. So I've just decorated the front very simply. This is actually a piece of single-sided very thin scrapbook card, and what I did to take away the white inner, I stenciled it inside. And then this is my envelope that fits in the middle, and you have this little envelope that you can put ephemera in, and I've decorated it in sort of blues and pinky colours. There's a little tag in there, that's a little pocket I've put on, a label, flower and a label, some lace down here, and a side tuck here. Unfortunately the side tuck is not going to be much use at the moment. I may have to stick a different one kind of over. I don't know what to do, because I've, without thinking, instead of putting the punch through that side, I put it through there. So I may stick that down actually and make that into two tucks on either side. That might be nice. Okay, anyway, so the idea is that you make this as per her week 16, and as I say, you can find it on her playlist. And then all you're going to be doing, and I'll just take a couple of sheets of my glue book just to give you an idea, is you've got two options really. Instead of putting this envelope in, you can fold over some papers to the right size, of course, and you can sew them in either that side in that crease or this side into this crease, so that you've got a booklet. What you could also do is put your pocket in, and you can still sew these pages in, so it's like you've got, I mean, this is too wide obviously because I'm only just demoing it, but say for instance it was that size, and you sewed it in that side, so when you opened it, you've got this lovely little booklet thing here to write in, and you've got your envelope with some ephemera in here. There is a third alternative, that this envelope you could add another layer on top and make it into an accordion envelope. That would be quite nice. So you've got, when you open it, you've got, like, instead of one pocket you'll have two or three, depending on what you want to put in it. You don't want to make it too bulky, because the idea is that you either use this for a rack, you either use it for that, or you use it for your own purposes to keep ephemera in yourself, or you what else was I going to say? Or you put it into a journal, so it could go into a side tuck in a journal or a pocket in a journal, and that would be an extra area for that person to use. I think that'd be great. So apart from the fact that I made a bit of an error on there because I was trying to get it done quickly, let's continue now with this one. So I've got various scraps of papers. So Rachel used, you know, just normal book pages. So I suppose you could use music paper. I've just got some papers like this one, for instance, that it's not double-sided, but on the other side it's like a lovely creamy colour. So we could look for, let's see, what shall we have for the outside? So we could have, this is also double-sided. Oh, not too keen on that side. That's double-sided. Probably prefer that side to that side, actually. Do we want to make one out of that, or do we want to make one out of this? I really like this, so I think I'm going to make one out of this, and we'll put a pocket in with something else from that pile. So let's get started. So this is A4 size. Well, I don't really want it to be that big because obviously it's going to be too tall. So I think I will have to cut mine down. So let's see. I'll quickly see. So at the moment it's only that is fine. So that's 6 1/4 inches, or and you can make them any size you like, or 21 centimeters. It's this this that's fine. That's 29.5 centimeters wide, or it is about 11 3/4 inches. So what I want to do is cut this down. So normally my journals are about 7 to 8 inches tall. Obviously you wouldn't want one that tall, so I think I'll make this one 6 1/2 inches. So I need to cut off about there, and I'm going to have to try and attempt that with this paper cutter, which is not brilliant on thin paper. So we'll give it a go and hope we don't ruin it. Be very gentle with it. I've had it years, I've had it since I first started, really. It's done well, I guess, because I think it was only cheap. Right, so that's going to be our trifold. So I had my flap this side last time, mainly because I'm right-handed, but I think we'll do it this side. So this may be too wide. Actually, rather than cut anything off, I'm going to fold those edges down like that. Okay, if you can see me. And we'll just give those a bit of glue. Now, where did I put my glue book? I had it just then, didn't I? Because I was, yeah, because this is very sticky, this Pritt stick. Very sticky indeed now. It's coming to the end. That keeps blobbing everywhere. Right, so that's going to strengthen that part of the envelope. So, not envelope, rather trifold. So I guess we could do the same this end. It saves cutting it all down, really. So let's use that. And fold that down, so we've got 2 strengthened edges. Okay, like so. Right, so then I want to, I'm gonna do, let's see, a flap about, yeah, I think that's a good width. So that's going to be our outside flap, and we give that a burnish with the bone folder just to keep it flat. Okay, so that is going to be our folder, and that's going to be outer flap. Right, okay, so inside, It's a lovely creamy colour, so I'm not too worried about it being plain this time. If you wanted, you could stick paper onto here, so we could do that. First of all, I'm going to make an envelope. I'm going to do it as this double-sided letter and dictionary page. So I'm going to now I struggled with this envelope. I don't know why, I just did. So first of all, I'm just going to fold it as an envelope, and it's got to be folded to fit inside here, right? So I'm going to have an envelope, and I'm going to have a little bit of paper in there, little not booklet, I suppose it is a sort of a booklet really, note paper, you know. So there's my crease there, and there's my crease there, so I'm trying to avoid butting it up to the crease, so that I think works very well. I think I'm going to just do the same and strengthen the edges, because it is copier paper, and we will just glue that down with Mr. Blobby glue stick. That's what I'm going to call it, Mr. Blobby. Right, let's put that over there. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it down in a minute so it's not too tall. So I'm just going to just check that it fits there, and then I want it to fit there, kind of thing. That, I think, so you don't want it too wide. So I'm going to have that width. So I want a nice flat. Now, shall I just fold that down and glue it so it's strength rather than cutting it off? So that folds in and that folds in. Right, okay. So now I don't want it to reach the very top or the very bottom. So I'm just going to mark it here. And then I'm going to use my trusty guillotine, because my cutting is atrocious, and chop that bit off, and we'll keep that. Who knows what I might use it for. Right, okay, so there's our envelope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to where are my scissors? Goodness me, why does everything disappear on my desk? I'm telling you, I dropped something on the floor yesterday that I'd put by for a label for my grandson's journal. It's gone. My scissors have disappeared. Right, I must have put them in that place that they never live in. I'm just going to snip those corners off. Okay, before I stick that down like so. Okay, and now we will stick this down. Right, I'm not going to distress the edges, takes too long. I'm sure you all know you can do that if you want to. So now I'm happy with my envelope, and I'm just double checking that it fits nicely. Yeah, so I have to decide which side I want to open it. So I think it'll be opening that side. Okay, like so. Right, so now we just need to glue it down. So let's do that. I was just thinking, shall I make it into an accordion envelope? Could do, I guess. So I'm just gluing down that side of that flap, the outer flap, and that side, because those are the ones that are going to fold up to there, like so. Okay, right, so if I wanted to make an accordion one, I'd just put another sheet on top of here and glue it down glue it here and here. Is that right? So when it opens, no, I won't do it because I'm not too sure. Right, and feathering it out will take me too long. So that's our envelope. Now we can stick that in so that we have a little side tuck here, which I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stick it down like this. I mean, you could always, if I fathom it out, I will stick another sheet on. Just brain dead at the moment, really. That's my excuse anyway. So I just want it there and there, always checking. Yeah, so the side tuck's going to be that side because I've obviously glued it the wrong side. Oh dear, must be bedtime soon. So there's our envelope there, and there's our flap, and there's, it's not glued down so we can't look at the tuck, but you get the idea. It's actually in here. So there's our side tuck. We could put a nice card in there if we wanted to or something. Right, okay. Right, so now let's make a little notebook type thing. And to put in mine, I've got some digital. So Rachel only used a couple of sheets, so I am going to only use a couple of sheets of this. It's digital coffee dyed paper, and I've got 3 sheets. I think I used this one and this one. This one to me is a little bit too dark, and so I'm going to use those. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly trim round them, take this edge off. I'm going to attempt to cut it myself. Woohoo! See what we get. In the past I've cut round something and then I thought, oh, that's not straight, snip a bit more off. Then the other side didn't look straight, snipped a bit more off, and before you know it, it's gone from like A4 size down to A5. Okay, that's one. Yeah, I quite like the digital coffee papers and tea dyed papers because, oh, my coffee and tea dyed paper, I could do it, you know, I could follow the procedure for it, the process, but my paper, I mean, the thick copy paper is quite expensive, but that's probably, I'd say, the better paper, because unless you just flash it in and out, my paper goes really soggy, and then when I try to lift it out, it all tears up like paper mache. So, and I hardly leave it in for 20 seconds. So let's have a look. So we want to get the right width here, and I can see that's still got, sometimes the double-sided, the white bits don't match up on either side. Yeah, and this one's got one here, so it doesn't look too bad. Anyway, I must be getting better. Practice makes perfect. I can see a bit of a white edge here, so here goes. You see, this is where I start trimming and trimming. I do my best not to do that today. So I'm gonna fold this in half, so I'm gonna put it up that way, so I've got some idea of how wide I want it. So kind of want it about there would be fine. So just creasing that down. Okay, and obviously it's too tall, so let's line it up with the envelope. Okay, so for this I am going to use the guillotine. and just quickly trim that down, and where the mark is, there, that's one page. Now see, that is not straight, so I'm going to have to trim it. So okay, that's one, and we'll do the same with the other one. Actually, we can measure the other one with this. Oh, what a great day it is. So I want it about there. So just going to trim that like so, and then that's right, and then just check the edge and get the guillotine back in. My trusty little friend, this is, been with me through thick and thin when I've been tearing my hair out and cursing and things haven't gone the way I wanted them to, or I haven't been able to work out how someone's done something. So let's see, which side do we want on the top? I quite like them that way round, so that's what I'm going to do, fold them that way. So we go back to this. Now you can either sew in your so let's put it the right way, so you can have it that side or that side. I think I'm going to go for this side. Just let me check that this is, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now you can either sew it in or staple it. Now I have got quite a long stapler, but I don't know if it's going to reach. It's not one of the really long ones. I don't know if it's actually going to reach the edge of this, so it doesn't open out flat. And has it got, oh no, it's not got any staples in it. Oh, okay, right, take the staples out of my small one, so they are the same size, and work out how I put these in. I should know, I use staples at work. Okay, so if you're going to staple it and your stapler is not long enough, you're going to have to fold this but not crease it down. So I'm just going to get this where I want it to be, which is going to be about there, and clip it, and do the same with this side, like so. Well, that's not a very good clip. That doesn't have any spring in it. So I'm going to put the clips down this edge, like so. Okay, and make sure that is, no, I'm not happy with that. Let's try again. I don't think these are, either they're not straight or they're not. I'm not happy with that. That's not, to me, that's not completely straight. I told you it would have been a lot easier for me to cut them down with a paper cutter. Okay, I'm just going to crease down there like that. Now let's try again. So I'm going to put mine this side here, and it's going to go into that spine bit there, that crease, and I think I'll put the clips this way so that they don't get in the way of the stapler. So my stapler does not reach, look. So what I'm going to do does not reach even with those lifted up. So what I'm going to have to do is make sure I just hold that down like so, pop my stapler in, make sure it's on the crease, so I don't want my staple on the inside like that. So I have to make sure it's on the crease, and that's quite difficult to do. It's okay. I mean, you can always take them out. That's the one thing about staples. That's fine. Right, take those off. Fold that back over. And that. And we have our booklet, and we have our envelope, and we have, it's a good job actually my side tuck is here, because that's now in the way, so it just shows you fate intervened. Okay, so just bend that back, so we're ready to go. So I'm going to round the corners of mine, if this lets me do it, which it will. Like so, on that one, like so, like so. So I'm only going to make the one I think today, because you get the gist. I've made the whole thing in one go, so I've repeated week 16, which just had this, and I've also done week 19, which is this with the booklet in. Okay, so I want to kind of have this as my top flap, you know. I think I will. Okay, right. So I want to start decorating it. So let's have a look. What have we got that we can put on here? Our 4 pockets. I've got lots of bits and bobs out. Digitals that I've printed out over time and not used, you know. Let's see, I'm just looking through my pile, just get some off the floor. My second, so I've got these that I printed out, so there could be something on here that might make a nice pocket. And obviously there's that lovely butterfly pocket, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Should we have a butterfly themed? Let's do it. Let's quickly cut that out. Okay. I think this will be fine once it's folded. This is a freebie actually from Line.Arrow. So she, all those sheets with the butterflies on, lovely, lovely freebies. Very kind of her. So, you know, go and visit her Etsy shop. She's got some lovely digitals. So many lovely digitals on Etsy to choose from. And now there's Ko-fi. I can't keep up with it all. I do have an Etsy shop. And I've just gone on to Vinted because my daughter, you know, is on there and saying, Mum, you know, you need to... I am just going to go around that a little bit. Need to go on Vinted because, you know, it's another selling place. And I said, well, I'm struggling at the moment with putting enough stuff in my Etsy shop. It all takes time, and time is not something, you know, I have at the moment working. I know I only work 3 days a week, but it's very hard. So let's see if I can actually fold that rather than score it. I've got my little pokey scory tool here. I'll see if I can do it by hand. Let's see how it looks, because there are some nice clear lines there. So let's have a look. So just press that down and that. Those are the side flaps, and then we want to just fold it along those lines that were all around it. I'm sure you've done this before. And the flap goes in, I think. Does it go in or does it go out? Probably goes out, doesn't it? So we're going to glue this flap. Well, we will if we can get the glue out. Just going to glue down here, I think. Be careful you don't glue the envelope. Oh, it's not an envelope, is it, Susan? It's a nice, very easy, simple little pocket that we can now put here. I think that would be very nice. So let's put that on. So just holding the end that I don't want to glue. I suspect it's nearly dinner time. It's my husband's turn to cook dinner. It's a Saturday. So we take it, he does tend to cook Saturday and Sunday, and I do the rest of the week. So quite a good thing going on. So I'm just pressing that down. So that's our pocket. Okay, well, you can make pockets out of anything, can't you? So we actually have a matching tag. We'll cut that out while we're at it. Might as well use it. So I hope everyone's okay. I hope you're having a good weekend. The weather here is awful. It's done nothing but rain for days, really, on and off. I had to take Paddy Dog into Aylesbury town yesterday in the car to the vet. He had to have a blood test because he has these idiopathic seizures and he's on medication, so they wanted him to have a blood test to see if the medication was suitable and effective. And I'm just taking a bit of book page. This is just to give it a bit more strength on the back, really. So we'll use that side. Okay, I'm just literally gluing it down. Yeah, so we were walking along Aylesbury. I was there early and I thought I'll just give him a walk round the street, you know. And I was walking down this little narrow street, and there was like a young tree or a bush type thing growing out from the pavement at the side of a building, and he was very curiously sniffing in there, and he had his whole head in there, and he was in there for ages, and I was trying to kill time, so I kind of let him carry on, and I wasn't taking any notice of why he was doing it. And anyway, we carried on walking down this road, turned a corner and walked down the next street, and I happened to look down and he was carrying something in his mouth, and I thought, Paddy never carries anything. Yeah, he does when he's playing, like his ball. If you throw it, he'll pick it up and bring it back if he feels like it. But this was like, and when I looked, it was actually, you wouldn't believe it, it was a, you know, in McDonald's they wrap the burgers up in that paper. It was a burger wrapped up in paper that he found it in this bush, and he was delightfully carrying it along. So anyway, I said to him, you can't have that, because obviously I don't know whose it was or why they threw it away. So you can still journal on the back. We pop that in there. Anyway, he would not let me have it. He wasn't growling or anything, but he was really clamping his jaws down and acting as if, you know, this is mine, I'm not giving it to you, kind of thing. So these are more freebies. She has a video on how to, so I thought one of those would look lovely on the side. It was quite like a blue butterfly, really. Yeah, so anyway, I managed to get about 3/4 of it away from him, out of his mouth, and let's see, should I put the brown ones on? Well, we've got a blue pocket there, so I don't particularly want to. But yeah, so I got most of it away from him, and then he decided that he was going to bolt the rest down regardless, and that included the paper and all. So it's like a little, it's like a sandwich paper, you know, like a waxy sandwichy sort of paper, and that's what he did. So I went to the vets and I said, oh, you never guess what he's done. He's stolen out of a bush this blooming burger, and they thought it was hilarious, absolutely thought it was hilarious. So he was a bit of a celebrity in there till he went off to have his blood test, and then I could hear him. It's awful. I could hear him yelping. Well, normally if you're like, it's the animal hospital, but they have satellite vets, one near us that we often go to, and they let me go in with him, but they didn't on this occasion. I don't know whether it's because it was, you know, the animal hospital, but I knew he wouldn't be happy, especially not being with me and being taken off, and lo and behold, he wasn't. So I'm just looking for something to put down the side, on this side here. Yeah, so he wasn't happy. I could hear him yelping, crying, and she came out and said, the nurse said, oh, he's had it done now, but he wasn't very happy. He got a bit snappy, and I said, I'm not really, he doesn't normally, he's never snapped at anyone. I said, but because he was on his own without me, he probably decided he wasn't very happy about it, you know. She said, oh, it's okay, we're best of friends again now. So I thought, well, that's good. Okay, so I've got these, I think these are, I don't know if these are Roxy's actual freebies herself or what they are. I'm just looking to see if I can make one of those into a sort of a side tuck. I suppose it would be nice, we could put this down as a side tuck down the side. That would be quite nice. So let me get my ruler. So yeah, after finding a burger, sorry, I just caught the cable. After finding a burger, which do we want, that or that? I do like that. I also like that. I think I'm going to go for this, so I'm going to tear it about there because I want to let's take the top and bottom off. We'll tear this one. Yeah, so after finding a lovely burger and managing to have at least a quarter of it, it looked like a cheeseburger to me. What it was doing in this bush right at the back of it, I do not know. Someone obviously bought it and took one. I think it had a bite out of it, you see. That's why I didn't want him to have it. But you just don't know, you know, what germs might be on it. Vet's bills are expensive enough. Not that I begrudge him anything. Without, you know, having more problems along the way. So, right, okay, so I've got this. I think I'm going to pop that down there. I really like it. Might just pop it down there as a background, actually. Just going to fold that up like that and give that a crease, and then hopefully tear that off. So I really like that. I don't think I'll be able to cut round the corners. I think the paper's too thin. We'll try. No, didn't like it. I usually put a bit of thicker paper underneath when I'm doing that. So too bad. Right, okay, let's just, I nearly went round it. I'm just going to do this one because, just on the edges only, because it's all white. And I'm going to, so the corners match there, and I'm going to stick that down because I really, really like it. And I've now buried my glue book, so let's, I think this is coming to the end, that's why it's so blobby. Why it's a Mr. Blobby. Mr. Blobby was a character in the UK on the TV, a big fat blimp kind of looking creature with pink with big polka dots all over it. That's the only way I could describe it. And big eyes and big eyelashes, and used to come along and say, "Blobby, Blobby, Blobby." Oh God. And it was used to be on a programme by an ex-DJ called Noel Edmonds, who used to host it, and he used to knock him over and lay on him and all sorts. Mr. Blobby, that is, did that to the DJ, Noel Edmonds, not the other way round. Right, okay, we've done that, so let's put something on this envelope, I think. So we could put actually a nice, you know, bit of paper on here. Why don't we just use the bit off of there and pop a nice something on the top, a flower or maybe a butterfly even. So we said butterflies. Right, I just have to speed up a bit because I'm taking too long, I think. I'm going to pop that there, and then I have already, you'd be happy to know, cut out a couple of blue butterflies in anticipation. And I thought they could go on here like this. That'd be quite nice. If you don't think too hard about things, sometimes it works out better, I think. I can, well, I call it procrastination. I do that a lot. So I'm going to pop that one there like that. And I'm just going to give him his feelers back, like so. And this one, so I don't want to cover up too much of the envelope paper because I really like it. And this one can go up here like so. He has his feelers, but you see they're not easy to stick down, and often they end up coming off. Let's just pop a bit of glue on there, so, and then put something in the middle of those, a nice little bit of flower or something. Just got my flowers, well, I've got some fussy cut flowers in here. I've got two of those, slightly different shapes, but we could kind of put them there like that. Let's see, no procrastination. I am just going to find something to go with it. So I've got the bigger version, obviously that's too big. A massive giant one. I am definitely going to, I've promised myself, I'm making myself some sort of ephemera holder booklet thing, you know, because I'm fed up with going through these time and time again. it's just getting round to it, isn't it? It's either, do I do a video for YouTube or do I sit and do something that I want to do? So there's a piece there. No, I don't think that works. What have we got over here? Sorry if I've touched that. We've got a nice bird here. I wonder if he would look nice. Do you think those butterflies are too big in comparison to him? What else have we got? Sweet peas. Oh, I don't know whether I've made a mistake now. Thinking I find something nice to put on here. There's a bird. He's a bit bigger. I'm not sure. I suppose I could put a sticker on or something. It's quite nice. You have to, as Rachel from Roxy's Creation says, audition some of these things before you make a decision, but not take too long over it is the key. See, there's a nice rose there that could be coming off there like that. No, I don't like it. I do not like it at all. I haven't found any inspiration in that box. Let's see if I got anything at all. Just skizzing through my stuff and having a look. Just the bits I have got out. I'm not kind of looking at anything else because obviously that would defeat the object really, wouldn't it? If you start getting everything out. Nothing really hits me in the eye. Look through these other sheets I've got here. They're like other freebies really, and see what else I've got. I've got these. I was just wondering if I could cut something out of here. Either that will go with these. Have them as a kind of a clump. I don't think there's anything suitable for what I want on there, so maybe I'm just going to leave it for now. And yeah, I think I might have to leave it because I'm not sure what I want to put on, you know. That's ridiculous really. It's quite nice. She says as she puts it back in the box, I keep coming back to these. I quite like those. I think we'll put those on. They're very white, so what I'll do is just get a bit of blue paper and take the white off. Just gently just dabbing it so it doesn't look quite so stark. I'm just giving it a very light edge touch, that ink. Right, okay, so I think that would be quite nice there. Right, I'm doing it. I've made my decision. I really do need to fussy cut some more things out. Bit of lace down there might be nice. So we've got that side. I just feel like it needs something there, maybe some stenciling perhaps. Let's just pop that in and just gently stencil there. Oh, that looks better. Right, okay, so here's our tag to go in there. We can put a bit of blue on that, I think. Got a bit of blue lace here. I think that would be quite nice on there. Just cut that in half. So I'm just going to glue that on, I think, as a tab. Really better off doing it with this glue. Right, and then we're hopefully finished. You'll be pleased to know. Come on, Beacon 3-in-1. Oh, it's Fabri-Tac actually. See, it's Beacon makes Fabri-Tac, and the other one, I swear they're more or less the same, except one I think is slightly more expensive, so they're just making them the same really. Just put that there, like so. Okay, right, put that down till it's drier than it was. Okay, so still would like to put this bird on, but I think it's too much. However, we could put him on the cover like that. Wouldn't that be nice? So let's do the same with him. Take that white away. Yeah, the weather here has been atrocious. It's just absolutely poured with rain. I do feel sorry for all the children, you know, on school holidays, honestly. To be very careful with this, because this glue stick is so globby that it could tear it. So I'm gonna, actually, I think I'll just get a scrap of music paper, excuse me. And a scrap of this would do. This is a bit of collage paper, digital. This, I think, is Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodahs. Okay, let's just take that off and give that a little bit of definition. So if bit there maybe, like so. And where's my bird? Oh no, I glued him, hadn't I? Oh, we've stuck to the back of it now. Okay, we'll just do it again in a minute. Right. Okay, so let's pop that up that way, would be helpful, like so. I don't know if that will stick now. Just give it a little bit more. Oh, it's quite delicate. Okay. And that can go on there like so. Oh, I like that. Okay. And we're going to have that inside there. So when we open that, we could have something there. That can now go in there like so. Could even have a little, we could have a pocket there. We could have something here. What can we have down there? We could have some of this and make it into a side tuck, I guess. Prefer that bit, actually. It's terrible. Dear. Oh, I'm going to have to use the guillotine to straighten that up. Sorry, I shouldn't have done it in the first place with the guillotine. I don't know why I think I can cut, to be honest. I'm going to fold that over and decide which side I'm going to use. So I think this side, that does not look straight at all to me, even with that. Trim that down. Here we go. Trimming in process. Right, so I'm going to have that there as a little kind of, oh, we could have a belly band actually, that'd be quite nice. Let's do that. Let's have a belly band. So let's stick that down. Like so, and then I'm going to take the pieces. I have to take it from the back because I use this to do some cutting on with my knife, and cut through quite a few pages. It's only my glue book, so I wasn't too worried about it. I think we'll make it really strong belly band. We're just folding that over, and I'm going to glue that down now. Very blobby. Okay, so fold it over, and then trimming it anyway. Fold that over like that. That's made it nice and strong, and that can, this is the right height, so I'm going to glue that. Which side did I say? I preferred that side. Oh, come on, glue. It's because I left it with the pin out. So I had a pin that came with this nozzle, and the you know, the ball on the end of it, that just came off yesterday. So I've now just put a normal sewing pin in it, but it goes rusty. So the pin that comes with the nozzles is proper, you know, different metal. So it's got to pop that on there. Just have a tiny bit of that peeking out, that paper, and then we're just going to cut that there, like so. I'll give it a bit of an edge, like that, and we'll pop that down. It's nice and thick now, so it should be strong enough. Like so. So that's our belly band, and I'm just thinking, have I got a butterfly I can put on there? Or no, that's too big. Label. No, that's not right. Okay. I think, should we put a pocket here? The only other thing I could put down there is this. Cut this out. Right, I am absolutely starving. I hope dinner's ready. That will look nice there, I think. See, I've only got time to make one, haven't I? Should we just try Blobby again? Let's see if Blobby wants to work. The last bit of Blobby. Okay, I've got such a mess on my desk, unbelievable. So let's see, about there. I think that will be perfect. So that's nice. That's our belly band. Haven't got anything to hand stick in it at the moment. Only that. So that's what it will look like. Okay, so that is that, and we've done our. I want to put something down here, but I don't know what. Maybe a bit of, just don't know. Oh, should I put it on the edge? No, I don't think so. No, I'm not sure what to put down here. I've got some bits of lace on my desk. This is a pale kind of pinky colour that I put in the other envelope. But I think that might be nice for the flap. Oh, I think we'll put that down. Right, so I keep thinking of other things to do. Right, okay, I'm just going to put this down and then that's it. I'm going to punch a hole in it, and that will be that. You'll be shocked to know that this is much longer, this video, than I anticipated. But these are things I've never made before, so I really do appreciate Roxy's weekly challenge. You know, you don't have to do every one. You know, there might be another variation on this that I might think, oh, well, we'll skip that. I don't know. This is not going to come out when you want to be quick. Let's see if that works. I just want to pop it on that edge there, just over the edge of the flap. Put the lid on that and get rid of all the rubbish, and then we'll just trim that very quickly. Just checking that I'm still recording. I'm not quite used to this phone, even though it's the same make as the one I've got. It's a newer model. So right, so I think that's nice. We've got a belly band there, and that will go underneath there like so, so you don't want anything too bulky in there. And then we're going to have to be very careful we put the hole for the crocodile hole. So I think it's going to have to be up here, like somewhere like that. So I'm going to put it near the top, like so. Kind of nice. There's a nice blue one here I quite like. So we'll use that one. This is my nemesis, this thing. Be a miracle if it works, I'll tell you. It doesn't like me in the least. Now it's stuck. And it's not got in properly. Right, okay. Right, push that in. Oh, get that off of there. Oh, excuse Paddy, it's obviously heard somebody. Oh dear, do I need to get another one out? Yes, that's ruined. Let's just try again quickly. It knows that I'm nervous of it, I swear to goodness. Oh, I might do it off camera. Come on. Right, how hard can it be? Oh, it doesn't want to. Maybe I've got the wrong settings. What's up with it? Try that side. I never understood the instructions. For the price of it, to me it's not really suitable, the instructions, and I know a lot of people have said that. It's not going to make any difference. That one again is not really good. I don't know what I've done. I don't normally have this trouble. Let's try once more. No. Okay, well, just going to leave it for now, and I'll put a different one in. But I will, what shall we put round it? I feel like it needs something on the back and the front, but you know, I feel that time's ticking, so I'll do that off camera. Let's put some string, I think. So we're just going to pop the string in. I don't know which way to do it, and bring that round a couple of times round like so, and then bring that one round at the back there. And it's probably going to be far too long, so cut it there and do a nice bow. Except I can't do bows. What can I do, you say? Well, that is debatable. So that is our folder. Right, let's get rid of all this off camera, out of the way, and the mess. Put the lid on Mr. Blobby. And so we have two. We have this one, which I did put a nice label on the back and simply decorated the front, and I managed to get that in okay. That I want to call them brads, but they're not brads. I don't know what they're called now. They are called I don't know what they're called. I've completely forgotten. Just tie that one back up. And there you have them. Okay, so that's obviously up there because you have to be careful where you put things. And I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll put a little video of it up at the end. Okay? So take care, everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Hope you can see those. Okay, bye-bye.